This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of Phatts TV, sanctioned by PA Phatts and the non-genetically proven Sun. Any and all words have been authorized during the show. There is nothing off limits. Nobody is restricted from watching and participating in the show. It is a free-for-all. Commencing at the siren, any and all discussions will be legal for an extended period of time. Sports, politics, and any and all controversial topics will be talked about. You have been warned. May God be with us all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phatts TV on this Wednesday night, November the 3rd, 2021. Happy heavenly birthday, Mom. She would have turned 79 today. 79. Happy birthday to my buddy Nick, if he's watching us today. 63. So he's well past, senior citizen age. Joining me as always from his underground bunker deep in the heart of liberal bastion land, sort of, Center County, Pennsylvania, the one, the only non-genetically proven Son.
Woo!
How's it going?
I don't know. I got a flannel since the last show.
Hey.
You said I didn't own a flannel, so I got one.
It might match.
We probably got the same exact one. It was like $10 at Walmart.
Yeah, your size is bigger than mine, though.
Oh, yeah? I think this is a large or an extra large.
So, we had an election yesterday.
We did.
We did.
Our election was pretty anticlimactic.
Yes. It's about time we do a political episode again. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Months.
Once somebody's college schedule calms down a little bit, where we could do these a little more often again, we'll get into doing these a little more often again. Hopefully soon. But yes, we had an election yesterday, nationwide election in the state of Pennsylvania. As you just said, it was pretty anticlimactic. I mean, there was nothing huge on the ballot. There was some judge races, though, that the Republicans swept the board in all the statewide races. Because
can't say we're surprised.
No. But as always, in off-year elections, turnout was low. As you told me, running up to the beginning of the show, Center County went red, which is unusual.
It did by a little. I think it was like 5% and 11% between the two people.
So
it shows the students don't care unless it's the president.
Right. Unless they're told, unless they're given a ballot and say, here, fill it out and sign it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they don't care. That's democracy for you. So, little did I know, up until about noontime yesterday, I was actually running for mayor of State College. Didn't even know it. Until about noon yesterday, when an undercover informant said, PA Phatts, you're getting votes. Okay. Wish I knew. I would have dressed for the occasion. So I'm a little tired. We had to do an impromptu, party last night. I didn't win. As of this moment, I haven't conceded yet. I'm alleging fraud. Definitely some fraudulent little shenanigans going on there. I mean, if I knew I was running, I had hookers for everybody.
And beer.
And beer. Hookers and beer, as we've talked about in other platforms.
You know how easily you would win up here if you could promise that? You know how easily you would win? You get every guy vote up here.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. And some girls.
I'm sure you would.
If only I had known ahead of time.
Hey, it is pretty funny an unopposed mayor only got 95% of the vote. That's pretty funny, actually. That 5% of people actually wrote in a name.
And apparently PA Phatts was one of them.
PA Phatts was one of them.
I'm waiting for the final results to see how many votes I got. So, maybe I got all 5%.
What number were you?
I was 117.
I was 16.
Okay, now.
I went at noon.
Okay, now. In my little small town, there's one place to vote.
Yeah.
In your town, there's more than one place to vote.
There's a couple.
There's more than a couple.
Did you look how many different places there are?
Go on there sometime and look. How many different polling places there are in State College.
Enough.
Now, I don't know how many are in State College proper and how many are on the campus of Penn State.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, go look sometime. So, but yeah, you would hope there would have been more than 16 at noontime.
Yeah. And when I was in there was already 3 people in there.
Oh. Matt, that was their big rush for the day.
Probably was. And it was funny, their book was like 500 pages long, front and back of each page. Like, why do you have so many people?
Well, because that's who's registered. I'll be happy to tell you your name is not in the registration book in Berks County anymore.
Was it the last election?
No, I don't believe so.
It shouldn't have been.
No. No. So, as always, our message board is live and operational should you wish to chime in. Our friends to the south.
So,
I can't
Maryland?
say, no, a little further south. I can't say in the great state of Virginia because it's not a state, it's a commonwealth. Similar to Pennsylvania, by the way. If you don't know the difference between a state and a commonwealth, feel free to look it up. Unless if you would like to look it up and tell us, maybe you know. Do you know what the difference is between a state and a commonwealth? No? Okay.
Difference between a state and a commonwealth. The distinction is the name alone. A commonwealth are just like any other state in their politics and laws. There is no difference in their relationship to the nation as a whole. When used to refer to U.S. states, there is no difference between a state and a commonwealth.
That's true. But it's still a commonwealth. It's not a state.
It says it's a traditional English term for a political community founded for the common good.
Right. Better class of hookers.
Because their constitutions were drafted, then they referred to themselves as such.
There you go.
Is that actually it?
So anyway, yes. So anyway, in the Commonwealth of Virginia, there was a little bit of a shock last night. A little bit. The tea leaves actually said that Youngkin was gonna win. Gonna beat McAuliffe. Now, for those of you that don't know, Virginia is one of those interesting states. Most states allow you to win re-election for governor. Virginia doesn't. You only have 1 4-year term, and that's it. You can run again, but you can't run again consecutively. So McAuliffe was a governor from 2013 to 2017. And then you had Mr. Blackface, the current governor, yes, who was photographed going to a Halloween party back in the day, wearing blackface, but he wasn't made to resign because of it, because, you know, he's a Democrat. He's not racist at all. So McAuliffe tried to run again. Now, for those of you who are older, like me, you know Terry McAuliffe from back in the Bill Clinton days. He was part of that Clinton machine back in the 90s. Yeah. So, back when Youngkin first started, when he announced his candidacy, he's not a politician, he's a business owner. Don't think we've ever had a business owner run in politics before. Yeah, maybe somewhere along in the past, maybe.
I'm not sure.
But the first poll that came out for name recognition for all the Republicans that were running for governor, Youngkin got 2% name recognition. The margin of error in the poll was 3%. So it's possible his name recognition was -1. Nobody knew the guy. Nobody knew the guy. He wanted to do this all by himself. He never campaigned with the former business owner turned president. Never campaigned with him. He accepted his endorsement. Never campaigned with him, though. He wanted to do it all on his own. And he did it all on his own. But the race turned on a debate that they had at the end of September when Terry McAuliffe basically said parents have no right to have a determination what is being taught to their children in schools. Excuse me? Excuse me? Isn't that what school boards, don't we vote for people on school boards to represent us? That's where the race turned. Because Loudoun County, which is a county right outside of Washington, D.C., very blue county, basically the schools wanted to start teaching CRT, critical race theory. That didn't go over with the parents all too well. Because basically, critical race theory basically teaches how bad the United States of America is, which is what progressives want. They want to continue the brainwashing of our children in schools. Well, that didn't happen when I went to school. I know it happened when you went to school. Although where you went to school didn't happen all that much.
True.
But I do remember one particular teacher in your school, your junior year, basically trashing a Republican business owner turned presidential candidate.
Yeah, it was at the end of class. They would put on a little video that didn't like the business owner turned president.
Yeah. And that was an English teacher.
It was an English teacher.
So it wasn't like a political science, history type teacher. That's brainwashing because you're not giving the other side. If they want to give the other side, fine, super, great. As it should be. Well, critical race theory basically does the same thing. It only presents one side of the argument that America is bad. I don't think America is bad. Do you think America is bad? Do you people watching tonight think America is bad? Some of you might, and that's okay. I got a plane ticket to Venezuela for you.
Australia.
No, Venezuela. Venezuela. Let's see if you could survive in socialism down in Venezuela for more than 2 weeks. I bet you don't. I bet you're begging to come back. So, Youngkin made this very, very public over the next month, and it'll be interesting to see once the final exit polling results come out, how many Democrats wound up voting for him. I'll be interested to know that. He actually did better in Southwest Virginia, which is very, very red. Deep, deep, deep red. He did better there than Trump did last year. I mean, Trump was pulling in some of those counties down there 85% of the vote. You know. But Youngkin was pulling in 88, 89% of the vote in some of those counties. Now, part of that is Part of that is because turnout was down. You know, the governor's race had like 3.2 to 3.3 million votes counted so far. The presidential race probably had 1 million more. But that 3.3 is probably the most ever for a governor's race. 4 years ago, they had about 2.2, if I remember correctly. So it was a large turnout for a governor's race, but not large compared to a presidential race. And let's not forget, Biden won Virginia by 10 points last year.
He did.
Last year. See, when I was young, Virginia was solidly red. Solidly red. Until Obama came along. Obama was the first Democratic president that carried it in a long time. And it slowly became purplish, bluish. So much so that it was 10 points blue a year ago. Well, now maybe it's starting to turn back a little bit towards purple. So we need to wait for the exit polls to come out to find out why. Did the suburban voters that went for Biden last year because they didn't like Trump come back to the Republican Party because Trump wasn't part of the election? If Youngkin had campaigned with Trump, would Youngkin have won?
It's a good question.
Personally, and I know this is going to go against the feelings of a lot of people that watch this show, I think Trump is a liability in 3 more years, as of right now. I don't think he should run again. I think they need to find somebody like him to run. Whether that's Ron DeSantis or not, you know, who yet to be seen. But McAuliffe tried to make that election all about Trump. Trump. He tried to nationalize the election, where Youngkin tried to keep it all about Virginia and education and taxes. You know, and McAuliffe, Trump. If you're for Youngkin, you're a racist, you know, blah, blah, blah. The typical Democratic line. I mean, the Democrats only care about race in an election year. Always. They only care about Social Security in election year. I remember when I was a kid, and all you guys who are older remember this, all the, pushing grandma over the cliff because the Republicans are going to take away Social Security benefits. Has that ever happened? Seriously? But it's the same old scare tactics every election cycle. Yeah. So why did Youngkin win? Is it because, Trump wasn't involved? The suburban voters came back to the Republican Party? Is it because they didn't like McAuliffe for what he said about teachers? Did that one comment sink him? Are people pissed off about what's going on with Biden and their progressive agenda? Maybe. Maybe all of the above. Could very well be all of the above. It probably is all of the above. You could ask 10 different people and maybe get 10 different answers. But it's about time, Virginia, you swung it at least a little bit back red. I mean, you're the home of Thomas Jefferson, for crying out loud. Thomas Jefferson authored some important document in our American history.
I don't know.
I believe he, I try to think what he authored. It might be the Conrad Weiser alma mater song.
Might be.
Could be. Maybe not quite that important, that document that he authored. But he's basically, the father of the Republican Party. Yeah, people will say, the Republican Party of today was born under Lincoln. Yeah, true. But the conservative Party started under TJ. We're friends. I call him TJ.
Yeah.
He calls me PA. I call him TJ. You know.
From the grave?
Yeah. Yeah. Like him and John Adams, we write each other notes too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, fun fact, him and John Adams died on the same day. Did you know that? Did you know that?
I believe I did, actually.
Do you know what day?
It wasn't July 4th.
It was July 4th. Very good.
Oh, I do remember that.
Very good. Very good. Do you know the year?
One was in... No, but one was in Virginia. I think one was in South Carolina or something.
No, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Same difference.
I believe when John Adams retired from the presidency, he went back home to Massachusetts.
Okay.
And don't forget, Jefferson beat Adams to be the third president of the United States.
I couldn't tell you the year.
You should look. Well, why don't you look it up? I'll give you a hint. It's 18. Really?
18. Try 1826.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. 18026.
What? 18.
18026. Yes. July 4th. One died in the morning, one died in the evening. Very interesting how they died on the same day. Very interesting. So Youngkin is now the governor-elect of Virginia. Unless if all of a sudden they find some votes in some, the back of a Winnebago somewhere. The trunk of a 78 Cadillac, Coupe de Ville or something will have cases of votes. Who knows?
Like what they said in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, the most Democratic county. Oh, can't turn in votes today.
No. So New Jersey, Phil Murphy was running against the guy that looks like he's a mobster. Well, actually, back to Virginia for a second. So, Republicans racist. Racist. If you're a Republican, you're a racist. It's automatic. Bang. It's automatic. You're a racist. So the Republicans won the 3 state houses that were up: the governor, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general.
Mm-hmm.
The attorney general is Latino.
But they are.
Interesting. The new lieutenant governor, her name is Winsome Sears. Does that sound white?
No.
No, she's black. And a Marine. She kicked your ass in a minute.
She can kill you in about 105 different ways.
In about 13 seconds, 105 different ways.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So in the 3 state races, you had a white guy, a black woman, and a Latina. In that grand old racist Republican Party.
Yeah.
Yep. The grand old racist Republican Party. Gotta love it. So there was another governor's race last night. Phil Murphy and his opponent, let me get his exact, Jack Citarelli. I wanted to make sure I said that right. Again, who looks like a mobster.
Well, he's definitely Italian.
He's definitely Italian. He's a guinea. I could use that word because we're Italian. Otherwise, I really shouldn't be using that word. Once again, message board operational should you wish to chime in. So, Biden won that state by 16 points. 16. Last I saw, the Associated Press did call the election for Murphy at about 4:30 this afternoon, but he was ahead by 1.
1.
Uno point. Uno más. 1 point. In a deep blue state. Now, granted, there hasn't been a Democrat reelected governor, since the 70s, I think it was. Since I was a Ute. A Ute, what's a Ute,
I mean, the state's been a crap hole since then, so no wonder.
It is. It is a crap hole. I mean, it was Murphy that said if you can't afford our taxes, leave. You don't belong here. Good job.
Good job.
Good job. Good job.
I don't understand how that many people would vote for them again because their COVID rules suck.
They do. They do.
At least ours are like realistically non-existent through the state.
Yes. I do want to say, though, if you're fleeing New Jersey because of the high taxes and all the other stuff, if you do like to vote blue, don't bring your blue to a red state.
No, they can bring it to a red state, just Alabama. Where it doesn't matter.
Or Idaho.
Idaho.
I'm not the hoe, you the hoe.
Go to Utah, then. There you go.
Mormons love Democrats.
Exactly. I mean, they have a Democrat basically in the Senate, so,
Might as well. So that just, again, shows you the unhappiness of people. Whether, again, they're not happy with what's going on with Biden, the state, the fact that Phil Murphy, looks like an abortion gone wrong. I know that's mean, but if it's the truth, it's not mean.
Exactly. That's what I say. The truth is not mean if it's the truth.
Mean if it's the truth. That's a great saying. The truth is not mean if it's the truth. By the way, what are you doing wearing a flannel shirt? You're the guy that's got the window open in 3-degree weather.
Okay, I'm comfortable.
Oh,
all right.
Wow.
I'm not hot. The window actually isn't open right now. It was open.
Are you getting old that you're getting colder now?
I'm not cold. I'm comfortable.
Right,
I like wearing this inside. I usually wear a hoodie inside because I'm comfortable.
Got ya.
I don't want to be hot.
Got ya.
Yeah. Oh, it's also paper thin. It's a flannel.
Yeah, but flannel keeps you warm.
They do keep me warm.
That's why it's flannel. Yes, Gavin, in the flesh, PA Phatts. In the effing flesh.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. Did you vote for me yesterday for Mayor State College?
I don't think he can vote.
Sure he can.
He's 15.
He can pretend he's dead. All the other dead people vote.
True.
Thank you. So let's talk a little bit about our buddy Biden.
What about him?
So, did anybody see his latest proposal? Mr. Shit the Pants? Something about when he met the Pope, he shit his pants or something like that.
All right.
He had a stain in his pants or something. I don't know. The internet's killing him with it. I don't know. But, so, you guys know under the Obama administration that we were putting people in cages that crossed the border illegally. It continued on during the Trump administration. So now, some of the people that got separated from their other family members when they crossed the border are now suing the United States of America.
Okay.
Let me remind you, these people are criminals. They're criminals. They crossed the border illegally. It's not like they were waiting on the Mexico side, and like the big number came up. It was like now serving number 6,422, and one person gets up and goes across the border. That's not what they're doing down there. It's not what they're doing. They're crossing illegally, above ground, underground, in the ass of some fat chick. They're crossing illegally. So now they're suing the United States of America for pain and suffering, and they were, taken away from other family members, blah, 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 blah. And of course the idiots at the ACLU are helping them. Let me remind you, the A in ACLU stands for American.
I don't think they have any grounds to sue since they're not citizens. Don't you have to be a citizen to do that?
No, you could actually sue the government for a lot of things.
Interesting.
But what Biden wants to do, and the progressives want to do, and if you don't know this, I really hope you listen to what I'm about to say, because this is your government, ladies and gentlemen. This is your government. Whether you voted for it or not, this is what you're fucking stuck with. They want to give each people that were separated at the border. So if me and my 5-year-old Julio de Jesus got separated at the border, he's a bit on the brown side, but he was sunburned. It was a long walk from Guatemala.
Damn.
I am bad. I really am. I'm going to hell.
It's a long walk.
Well, it was, and we ran out of sunscreen.
Surprised you could afford it.
You don't want to know what I did for that sunscreen.
All right.
Or what I had Julio do for that sunscreen. God,
You scarred a child.
I'm so bad. So we get separated from each other. He goes to cage A12 in Waco, Texas. I go to cage S16 out in Yuma, Arizona. And now we're suing the government. And Biden wants to give me and he wants to give my son Julio $450,000 each. America, I want you to think about that. Well, I took my glasses off so I wouldn't break my glasses. How many years do you have to work just to gross, not net, because the government's going to take their fair share, just gross $450,000? So between me and little Julio, who's scarred for life because of what I made him do to get sunscreen, $900,000. How many years will it take you just to gross, not net, $900,000? And they want to give it to me and little Julio because we're criminals and we crossed the border illegally and we were separated. Goddamn, they should be lucky we weren't shot. Poor Julio. Poor Julio.
Probably should be shot.
$450,000. God, it sounded like that video that I made with the horse.
It did.
It did.
I want $450,000.
So you and I are going to the border. We're going to get a really bad sunburn. Put a little copper tone on.
Let's see, we won't turn brown, we'll turn red.
We both took classes in Spanish. We could fake it till we make it.
Hola.
If we speak really fast like Speedy Gonzalez, they won't know that we don't know what we're saying. Where's my $450,000? I've done everything right. Except for that time in Little Rock, but we won't get into that.
And the sunscreen.
Poor Julio. He just wanted to see his poppy.
His puppy.
His poppy. God, I'm so bad. Tell your friends, ladies and gentlemen, to join in, because I'm in rare form tonight, because I haven't conceded the election yet. Poor Poppy.
Haven't conceded the election yet.
$450,000. If I were to take my money and Julio's money, $900,000, do you realize how many drugs, how rich I could become in 3 weeks? Because I could buy fentanyl and spread it all around Yuma, Arizona. I could turn that $900,000 into $7.5 million like that. Just I don't want to sample the product. We're going to start a GoFundMe for Julio.
Venezuela, here we come.
We're starting. Well, I could own Venezuela. In 2 months, I could own Venezuela.
You don't even need to. I could own Venezuela with this.
Not anymore. It depreciated in value too much. Just since you've held it up.
Damn. Where's my wallet? Pull out a $5 bill.
So that's what Biden wants to do, and his progressive friends. They want to take your tax money, yours, and the money that we've borrowed from the Fed, because we've borrowed trillions from the bankers. The bankers keep feeding the machine, the government, and the banks, they're kind of in lockstep with each other. And just give the money away to illegals. Illegals. They weren't even the ones that were sitting, now serving number 493,212. Please come to Windows 7. Those are the legal ones. They're not giving them the 450,000. They're giving it to the ones that came over on the coyotes. And we're not talking about the animals for you blondes that might be watching that think the coyotes are the actual animals. The coyotes are the group name for the smugglers. But I know there's some blondes out there last year that actually thought, how are these people coming over on the backs of coyotes? For the love of God, please go to Venezuela.
Is that the insult now? Go to Venezuela.
Go to Venezuela. How Britain used to send their criminals over to Australia back in the day when it was a penal colony. We're just going to treat Venezuela like the United States penal colony.
You and Julio are down by the schoolyard, says Nick.
That's right. Down near Caracas or something.
Nick with the jokes.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Very good. Very good. How did you think of that?
I said Nick said that.
Oh. Attaboy, Nick. Oh,
I should have took credit for that.
Well, I would have looked at the message board eventually.
Let's say, because I don't get the reference.
It's a song.
That's why I don't get the reference.
It's an old song. That's why I said, how'd you think of that?
I'm smart.
Poor Nick. We're going to have a GoFundMe for Nick, too.
For some sunscreen?
No. Peg leg.
Oh.
Sorry, Nick, but you want me to joke around about it to make you feel better. Arr. Sorry. You know how I am, Nick. You know how I am. Join us tomorrow for our sports show, because I told him how I did in the Triple P this week, and I explained to him how I did it. That's a story and a half.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Julio only wanted to see his poppy seed. Good old poppy seed. So I don't know. You know, Biden's popularity is
like 38%.
I read somewhere that 10,000 bees stinging your ball sack all at the same time now has a higher approval rating than Joe Biden does.
I don't think that's true.
I do.
That would be very painful.
That would be. Well, Biden
I think you would die.
Painful. Biden is very, very painful. I mean, he's been known to give a good speech. He has. Was it you that sent that to me? His greatest speeches?
Yes.
Let's find that. Let's talk about one of Biden, you know, just an excerpt from one of Biden's.
Well, it's the best presidential speeches.
Yes.
It's like 2 minutes.
It is not. Is this it? Yes.
Greatest.
Okay. So we're not taking credit for this. Real Ben for life. We're going to give credit where credit's due. Okay? This is real Ben for life. Now, I have to turn it up when Biden comes on because for some reason the volume goes down a lot. I'm not sure why, but and hopefully you could hear this.
Presidential quotes of all time.
Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate.
That was a good speech, by the way. The Berlin Wall speech. Berlin Wall speech. Berlin Wall speech
sure it was.
A really good speech. You have a picture taken by the piece of the Berlin Wall.
I do.
You do. When you were younger.
You told me not to smile.
No. It was you know, a lot of people got shot at the wall trying to cross.
Yeah.
See, they were trying to escape the country illegally, not enter the country illegally. Where's their $450,000? Anyway, let's move on.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Now, I don't understand why they chose this video. Why didn't the person who made this choose the ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country?
Yeah, I don't know. That would have probably been a better choice.
Yes, but anyway.
So the best way to get something done, if you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, we're ready to get a lot done.
That, my friends, is an awesome speech.
Oh my God.
Let's watch that again. You have to watch it more than once to get the full emotional effect of what he's trying to say here. You have to. Let's watch it again.
Greatest presidential quotes of all time.
Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
So the best way to get something done, if you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, we're ready to get a lot done.
Greatest presidential quote.
Anyway, we're going to get a lot done.
Anyway.
We're
Gotta
gonna
get a lot done.
Grandpa Joe. You gotta love Grandpa Joe.
I don't think that's his best quote of all time. I think that one was probably his best.
We got another one coming in a little bit, by the way. We're gonna play another video in a few minutes, which might get us kicked off forever. It's possible.
It is possible.
It is possible. Good old Grandpa. So, what does Nick say? Biden diagnoses election loss in Virginia. People are upset and uncertain. Yeah, he was quoted as saying something today that, like, the Republicans won in Virginia because the Democrats, like, haven't passed their agenda yet. Sure, Joe. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that agenda's dead. Like, basically any moderate Democrat that votes for that in the House and the Senate, if, like, obviously the whole House is up for election, you know, next year at this time. Any moderate Democrat that votes for it, they're done. See ya. Goodbye. Goodbye. So long. Auf Wiedersehen. Farewell. Little song from an old movie you may have heard of back in the day. Not you. You're not into musicals. Julio is, though. Julio likes musicals. Julio loves musicals. Yeah. Yeah, he's my little star. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, he's going to be my little jockey someday. Andale, andale, arriba! God, I'm so bad. I am. I'm so bad. I'm horrible. Horrible. I'm going to purgatory. Not hell. I'm not that bad. Spend a little time in purgatory. As Paulie Walnuts from The Sopranos used to say, purgatory, a pit stop on the way to paradise. Good old Paulie. So how about we play the other video?
All right.
We'll end the night with the other video. And we'll play this one twice, too. Because I just really want to get kicked off, because, you know.
Apparently you do.
I feel like being a rebel. Alright, so this one is by Matthew Convard. He was the one that posted this. I don't know who made it, but this one's awesome. Even you like this one.
Yeah, of course I do.
This one's pretty awesome.
I wonder who saw it first.
Not me, because I don't have a TikTok account. So it's not me. Let's see here.
Who made this?
They say LGB everywhere. I go LGB. What it means? I don't know. LGB. Whatever it is. LGB. Kamala, help me, please. Please.
Alrighty then.
Thank you. LGB.
That's let's go, Brandon. Right?
LGB. This means let's go, Brandon. No. LGB.
Sounds like let's go, Brandon. I guess.
LGB. All right. Let's go, Brandon.
I am Cornholio.
LGB. Right wing and left wing. LGB.
Oh, you know the thing.
LGB.
If you don't sing that back,
LGB.
and you ain't black.
LGB. Let's go, Brandon. LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
FJB. Let's go, Brandon.
Astounding.
I want to know who thinks up this stuff. Seriously, who thinks up this stuff?
The fact that somebody goes through to try to find the times that Biden said L, G, and B And the time all these people said Brandon.
Yeah.
Like, when are they going to say Brandon?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hilarious. and then they do the Beavis and Butthead. I am the great Cornholio. I need tiki for my bunghole. One more time. Let's get kicked off. Pushing that envelope.
Pushing the envelope.
Pushing that envelope. Fuck YouTube. Push that envelope.
Who made this?
They say LGB everywhere. I go LGB. What it means? I don't know. LGB. Whatever it is. LGB. Kamala, help me, please.
Alrighty then.
Thank you. LGB.
That's let's go, Brandon. Right?
LGB. This means let's go, Brandon. No. LGB.
Sounds like let's go, Brandon. I guess.
LGB. All right. Let's go, Brandon.
I am Cornholio.
Chant LGB. Right wing and left wing. LGB. Go, you know the thing. LGB. If you don't say that fact. LGB. And you ain't black. LGB. Let's go, Brandon. LGB.
Let's go, Brandon.
LGB. Let's go, Brandon. LJB. Let's go, Brandon.
Astounding. Who made
That's some great shit. You're on mute, or I can't hear you. Oh, you're still listening to it.
It's over now.
Oh, yeah. LGB! Sing it back, or you ain't black. Oh, Lord. What a show. I love when we mix politics and humor at the same time.
Because it don't go together.
And yet it does. Because if you can't laugh at the idiots in Washington, D.C.,
True.
I'm not just talking about on one side of the aisle, I'm talking on them both.
True.
I want to start a write-in campaign. Like, I want to win every seat in Congress. I want to win every House seat in Congress. But to get everybody in America to write in PA Fats. We're going to have a Congress of one.
I don't think you could do that.
God, would we get a lot of shit done, though.
I mean, yeah. It's either yes or no to get through, isn't it?
We would get so much shit done if it's just me.
Are you the Senate, too?
Oh, like Emperor Palpatine. I am the Senate.
You are the House, and you are the Senate.
I am the Senate. Well, me and Julio, of course.
Julio, yeah.
Well, my three sons.
Julio.
The non-genetically proven
Donovan
son.
Peoples-Jones.
The non-genetically proven son. And Donovan Peoples-Althouse. Who plays wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns. But went to Michigan. That's an inside joke. You guys won't understand that.
Josh will,
yes. But that came up because this one isn't going to let me retire and make a lot of money for the family, so I had to adopt one, and I adopted Donovan Peoples. Wide receiver for Michigan.
You couldn't have chose a star player?
No.
You had to choose a third or fourth wide receiver?
Hey, he was good when he was at Michigan.
Michigan stinks!
But I chose it because he's got a great name that goes with Althouse.
And Michigan still sucks.
But he's got a great name that goes with Althouse.
I don't care.
Donovan Peoples Althouse. It
The
rolls.
team you hate the most is
don't-
Michigan.
You don't understand. It rolls off the tongue.
Why'd you even let him go to Michigan?
It rolls off the tongue.
You hate Michigan and you hate Harbaugh just as much.
I hate Ohio State more.
No, you don't.
Oh, bullshit, I don't. We beat Michigan. We don't beat Ohio State.
What's-his-face would have went to Penn State if it wasn't for what's-his-face.
Yeah, fuck him. He ever became anything in the NFL.
Who was it? Chad Henne?
Chad Henne, fucking Wilson, idiot.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
He became a lot.
Yeah, of course.
We played for Jacksonville.
Miami. Jacksonville. He played for a bunch of teams. Kansas City.
Same difference. They're all bad.
Yeah. Well, he was the backup for Kansas City.
At least he didn't butt fumble.
Well, that's not my son. But that's a sports show. That's tomorrow. So on tomorrow's show, we'll talk about Penn State football, of course. We'll discuss the playoff rankings to see if we agree with the top 6. I can tell you right now, I do not. I would have a different team up there at 4. 4. I'm kind of fine with the top 3 because Alabama's not going to be there at the end of the year. But I have a different team at number 4. I don't have Oregon at number 4. So we'll discuss that tomorrow. The non-jegly proven son will give his top 6. I have a feeling he might have Penn State at number 1.
At 5 and 3? At least I'd have him probably I might have him in the top 25.
Well, we're only discussing the top 6.
It's pretty rude that they're not in the top 25, in my opinion, after seeing some of the teams that are in the top 25.
Yes. Yes, considering if their quarterback never gets hurt, they have at the most 1 loss. At the most.
Yeah, and they're probably 6 actually.
Yeah, probably. So we'll have our recap of Phatts Fantastic 5 and all the unluckiness that I had last week.
What do you mean? We were undefeated.
The inverse, but okay. And we'll have this week's Phatts Fantastic 5. What time are we doing the show tomorrow? 7 or 7:30? What's better for you?
7:30.
7:30 tomorrow. We'll lead you right into Thursday Night Football because that's one whale of a game between Indianapolis and the Jets.
Hey, the Jets just beat the number 1 seed
Yeah, they're
in
not
the AFC.
They're not the number 1 seed anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
But they were.
All right, any final thoughts before we leave? Julio? No, puppy. Julio doesn't have anything to say.
I thought you were separated.
I cannot wait. Intercom.
Okay.
I cannot wait to get that $900K.
What are you going to invest in?
Shipcoin, of course.
Shipcoin?
Yeah. You know, what coin was it that I saw, like, immediately, like, jumped up to, like, it was at, like, $2 a coin and immediately, like, jumped up to, like, $2,800 a coin. And then within 30 seconds, it dropped to, like, 0.000005.
Okay.
Oh, it's all over the news. You know, not the main news, because you'll never hear that on mainstream media. It's one of those meme coins. Are you Googling it? Like, cryptocurrency that lost all its value in 2 seconds or something like that? There was a video of some guy, like, watching it in real time when it happened.
Ethereum?
No.
That was 2017.
Bitcoin loses all value.
I have no idea.
And it was all over Twitter.
I feel bad for the person that invested in it and then didn't sell it.
You would have had no chance to sell it. It literally within 10 seconds.
Well, how long did it take to grow up to 2,800?
Not very long.
Oh.
Couple minutes.
Oh.
Half an hour or something like it. Just like it took off and then they pulled the rug underneath it. And
imagine looking at your stock portfolio and you see, go from 1,000 to like 1,000,000 and then like $100. I'd cry. I would literally cry.
let me see if I can find it quick. I can't find it. But it literally went from like $2 to $2,800, and then crashed to, like I said, 0.000005.
Wow. That is crazy.
Squid. There it is. Squid Game crypto crash. So do Squid cryptocurrency.
The coin that tried to capitalize on popularity of the Netflix show Squid Game has turned into a warning for an industry that enjoyed major booms and devastating busts. Digital currency was launched in late October and quickly skyrocketed in price. It reached more than $2,860 per token Monday morning before losing all its value after projected unknown creators appeared to crash out of Squid tokens worth more than $3 million. The website has vanished, and social media profiles have gone dark.
Here's
many investors who's
there's a picture of the chart.
Why? Why do I feel like that's something illegal?
It is, but how are you going to enforce that? Who's going to enforce it? It's not regulated.
True.
That's the one thing you don't want with cryptocurrencies is to have regulation on it.
After the crash, more than 40,000 people still held Squid tokens, according to data from SC Scan, a blockchain search engine. Some guy invested $300 in Squid. He said he was falsely reassured by publicity surrounding the project. $80 million have been lost in crypto-related scams since October 2020.
That's the only issue with dealing in crypto. So you got to be careful.
Why would people invest in a coin just because there's a popular Netflix series? It's not even in English. It can be dubbed in English, but it looks really dumb.
Well, don't forget, last year or earlier this year, we talked about how we could get the Phatts coin going.
True. It was a process, but yeah, it was possible.
That would put my name on the map.
Why don't you just come out with like the Biden coin? Because it'd be worth nothing.
That's why I don't want it, because it'd be worth nothing.
Trump coin.
All right, you got any last words before we head out for the night? Those were good last words. Very good.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. See you tomorrow at 7:30 for our sports show. Wait, goodbye,
Julio.
nice people. Julio, say goodbye. Bye, puppy.